If you do what I'm about to tell you in this video, you will unlock a hidden human ability that 99% of people aren't even aware of. The crystal ball effect. This ability to see deeply into the things around you, connecting directly the very causes that are creating the effects in your life. Having this ability will allow you to see far ahead into your future and connect them to the very actions you're taking today. This is a trait of many successful people, and it's something I've been doing longer than I can even remember, starting in my early days as a paramedic. Of course, in those days to keep myself safe. But in honing this ability, I'm able to see the very things I'm doing today and accurately predict how they're going to actually pan out months, even years from now. This is an ability that you too have, my friend. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Behind everything that we do in our lives, there's always a cause, a hidden reason why things happen. Sometimes these are things that may have happened months, years, even weeks ago that we can't even put our finger on. And this is why many people feel frustrated today, not being able to connect what they have seen and felt in their past, having a sense of amnesia, not remembering how they think that things today came to be. And now this is all comes down to metaphysics. You live on two different planes, a plane of causes, where everything is created, and a plane of effects. During an ayahuasca journey I took in January of this last year, the beginning of this year, it was one of the trippiest experiences to actually visually see this happening. Visually seeing on an energetic level causes being planted, seeds being planted for individual realities, raining down as specific effects on people's lives. And it was a profound experience for me to see my own life this way. So, beyond causes and effects, what is this hidden ability, this crystal ball effect you can unlock within yourself to actually accurately see and connect what you're doing today to what you're going to see happen for you in the future? This is called insight and foresight. Insight is the mental capacity to be able to see deeply into things. And what I mean by that, you might be saying like, oh, Ifti, he's just telling us to just go look at things. No, this is a much deeper way of looking at things. And I remember even as a child, I would take a pen, I would look at all the little parts of the pen, I would take it apart and wonder how all these things actually came to be. And it was quite fascinating. And when you approach life in this way, to see things with insight, to be able to see deeply beyond the surface appearance of things, beyond objects, we're going to talk about this later in the video, but beyond objects, that's when you can really unlock this ability within you. The second part of this is foresight. Foresight is the ability to take your insights, the ability to see deeply into things, starting with objects, but maybe even into people, circumstances, and project out into the future, whether it's the near future or the far future, how these insights can be applied to a specific cause or specific thing that you want to have happen later on down the line. Whether it's planning for a business, your education. I mean, we in this day and age, we just call it planning, which is a very surface level way of looking at it. But when you use insight, the world around you, this dull world that many people find themselves in, is going to seem much brighter. You're going to see a wider perspective, and you're going to gain more knowledge from the things you experience every day. Now that we have foresight, the ability to see into the future, what we need to look at next is a way of sharpening this, and this is where the exercise comes in. This exercise is called observation. And if you practice observation every night, beginning every night, but then later extending it out throughout your days, you will find this ability sharpening within you. You will see the very things I mentioned, a broader perspective, to be able to see deeply into things and notice the very causes that are causing things to happen around specific people, whether it's at your work or you're just at the bus stop, observing things. So how do you actually begin to observe? What you do is every night, and we're going to use universal life force energy, of course, to help us do this. You're going to go through our process that we've talked about in this video here, and I also have a free starter guide down below They'll show you how to get into this process of mental relaxation and silence and making contact with this universal force which is inherently within you and all around you. Once you make contact with this force, you can select an object. For me, let's grab an object right here. Let's do this. Let's grab this pen, right? Once you've made contact with universal life force energy, this incredibly powerful force that goes above and beyond us, take this pen or whatever object you grab and look deeply within it. Observe its form. Observe its materials. Observe how it came to be. Observe all the many little aspects of it and realize all the different things that would have had to come together on this planet, all the people that had to work together to create such a thing. And something as simple as a pen, you'll see much differently. You'll look at much differently. And now you could do this the same thing for anything you see out during your day. Apply it to specific objects. Apply it to plants. When I was going for a walk this morning, there's this beautiful fir tree I walk by every morning, and I just walk by it. I don't really pay attention to it. But this morning I really looked at it with insight, deeply into where it may have come from, the origins of the tree, the things that would have had to overcome to become such a monstrous tree. And I began to create a deeper sense of appreciation, now being grounded in the present moment, pulling my thoughts away from being dragged out into the future or being thrown back into the past. Oh, there goes the pen. And in this way, we gain a much bigger appreciation for life. Now we're going to go beyond objects, because just appreciating objects around you may make your life brighter, but how is that going to actually help you see how the actions of today are helping you tomorrow? This is when you apply it to people and yourself, finally. Going through the same process, looking at people and the things that brought them to where they came to be. Ponder on it. Give yourself time to do this while making mental contact with universal life force energy. Now, if you do that technique that I showed you in the starter guide for 30 days, you'll be able to drop into this state instantly and make this process much easier, accelerate this process much easier. So try this out for 20, 30 days and see the difference in the way you look at the world, because you'll never look at the world the same, and you'll unlock this crystal ball effect that allow you to see far beyond where you are today, to be able to see the decisions you're making today and how they're going to pan out for you in the future. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I know 75% of you enjoy watching this content and have still not subscribed, but it's on you at the end of the day. Until next time, peace.